nailed vocab in school, so I wouldn't mind if there was a vocab quiz every once in a while.
Spelling, I was great. Remembering which words I had to spell, no. No, that was never a thing for me. Vocab sucked.
Well, we could start doing vocab on here and strengthen that for you.
Well, yeah, now I have a podcast. Go figure.
Yeah. He has to learn to touch his Han before he can learn more, because everybody's different. A person's Han can be used in a ton of ways: prophecy, making shit, influencing the world around them. Some people have a little bit of everything.
So, different people, different skills.
Yeah, I just bleh at you, didn't I? A little bit.
It was fast, but
Yeah.
no, I follow. The Han is individual as the person.
Like snowflakes.
Yes, I mean, yeah.
So, when he learns to control it, he's going to be a wizard, technically. And she tells him it's just a word, but he gets all pissy anyways. And he's like, I'm not going to be a wizard. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you say it's just a word. I'm not going to be one of those.
Well, and you made a pretty big fucking deal about me saying I was a wizard to somebody else. So don't downplay it now and be like, oh, it's just a word. Don't worry about it. Like, you chewed me out for at least 20 minutes. Real time, right?
Yeah, I'd be a little pissy.
Yeah,
like, the fuck? If it's just a word, then it really shouldn't be that big of a deal that they were calling me one. Plus, I'm gonna be one also. Like, you're telling me I'm gonna be one once I learn. Like,
right.
it shouldn't have been such a big deal.
I'm just at 0.5 level, not 1. That's all. But if you're going to have a rule like that, then, dude, stick to your own rule. Either it's a big deal or it's not. And apparently, it's not.
He also knows... Sorry, that wasn't the right thing to say. He asks how he's going to know his Han when he feels it. Because she's giving no indication about what that's going to feel like. And she says he's going to know. It's something you just know. It's like fucking the creator.
Yeah, it did seem a little funny. Well, she doesn't say fucking. She says joining with.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
What does that mean?
Well, no, obviously you're right. That's what she was talking about. And she has the far-off eyes that are glazed.
In ecstasy? It
Like,
literally
yeah.
says ecstasy, doesn't it? I'm just saying, that's what she meant. And it's a little bit far for somebody like Verna. She's such a, prudish person to all of a sudden be jumping straight... like, whoa. I was not expecting our religious conversation to go this way.
Yeah, I mean, imagine Richard when she says that. Obviously, she does not out and say, yeah, it's like having sex with the creator, but she goes, it's like joining with him. Richard, just to throw a wrench at her, be like, does she know about this? Or Verna, obviously, because, Richard being a straight guy.
Yeah.
Just completely mind-fucking her right back. And that would be brilliant.
It was about the most real that she gets, though, in this whole chapter, because she's very, I don't know. She doesn't seem like a real person.
I was going to say, so finally she seems human.
Yeah. By the way, Verna keeps doing that thing where she says yes at the end of all of her questions, she'll ask him a question and then finish it with yes, and I hate that so much.
Yeah, I feel like it's what you do when you're leading a question.
Yeah.
Or leading an answer, more rather.
Yeah, and I mean, that's probably what it is and why it's happening and why it pisses me off so much. But every time it happened, I'm like, you didn't have to add that.
And this aggravates you, yes?
Yes.
I see.
I would just want to start yelling no. Aggressively.
Just for no reason. No! Keep you on your toes.
So, she tells him that the best way to touch his Han is basically to meditate. Basically to meditate. A lot more words than that, but that's all that this basically is.
Right. Just sit there, focus, close your eyes, be quiet, breathe. Pretty basic stuff. Like, not something only a wizard could do. Regular people can do this too.
Yeah.
And it's like good for you, but it's not magic by any means.
No, that's what was funny that she was just like, this is what I need you to do. And it's something that Richard, I feel like, has been kind of doing for a little while anyways, to like partition his mind and shit.
Yeah, I just read Al's comment, and he goes, you know that little tingle you get in your belly when Kaylin breathes heavy on you? That's what your Han will feel like. That is a perfect way to put it. I was trying to come up with an even better word than perfect, but dude, you nailed it. That little tingly. That would be cool. I think I would want to use magic a lot if that's the way it felt. Wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah.
The problem is that with a person like me, I would probably start to giggle and get weird. So every time I started to like cast a spell or whatever, I'd just start chuckling and probably, I don't know, like jerking around a little because I'm ticklish. So
that is true.
It would be a sight.
It would be a struggle for you. But you know what? It would be entertaining for everybody around.
Damn it. Maybe I can't have magic. Al says it's horny Terry at it again. I think I agree.
Yeah, I don't disagree. So Verna tells Richard that he has to focus on one thing while he's meditating that's going to help him to focus on this tingly feeling that you guys are talking about. I feel like if it was a tingly feeling, though, you wouldn't need a whole lot of help to focus on it. I'm just going to say that real quick.
It's not like an actual physical tingle. It's hard to explain. Kind of like a Han.
Okay.
So, no more questions.
All right. But focus on one thing and it'll help you. And he starts to think about Kaylin, what he used in his last captivity situation. And then he decides that's a bad idea.
Yeah, not going to go there.
Yeah, I mean, you just spent all night in, like, agonizing mental and physical pain because of your breakup with her. Probably not the best time.
No, the worst time, in fact. And for me, this makes absolute perfect sense. Let's not focus on the thing that's making you sad right now. Let's focus on something cool. Hey, swords are cool.
Shiny swords.
Shiny swords. Amen. Okay, you have my full attention.
And this, when he's doing this, he pictures it on this black box at first, and then he switches it to the white.
Yeah, he has it in a black box, but he notices that it's got a white ultimate background. This is something that he learned from the Book of Counted Shadows. So he rolls with it. It's, it's already in there, ingrained in his mind, and it's easy for him to do, so he does it. And it helps him focus. It kind of seems like Richard's ability to call a target would help him do this, but it doesn't come up. If he can hyper-focus on a target from his words a couple 100 yards away,
yeah,
then this should be easy. I know it's technically a different thing, but I don't know. I feel like he would have a leg up. And ultimately, he is successful.
Yeah. Well,
but
yeah, maybe it does weigh in. It just doesn't come up. Maybe he's just like really strong mentally, and that's the line through there.
He
that
doesn't
you're supposed to know.
think that that's the equivalent of what it is he's doing in terms of touching his Han. Oh, this is going there.
Yeah, but the more we say touching his Han, the more I realize how weird that sounds to your ear when you hear it.
What? I don't think it's weird at all.
You're just reaching down and touching his Han.
Touch my Han all the time. Look at me, touching my Han.
When you do that,
Because it's not dirty. Anybody that moves, we're touching our Hans. It's just inside.
Floppy hand.
That was a floppy hand, yeah. In no way was that a dirty gesture.
Oh my God.
Just so everybody knows.
Oh my God.
I never know where these conversations are going to end up sometimes when we go live, but I'm pretty happy with this one.
I'm glad you're satisfied.
Oh, yeah, I'm having a great time.
So, when Richard is focusing on this sword, trying to touch his hand, Richard sees... I think I just said his name a couple times. It's fine. He sees the Garden of Life with the dead bodies everywhere.
Great corn song.
And Darkin is there, and there's an open box, and it's not super great.
Yeah, I mean, what was in that melon, right? He's got to think he's tripping. He has no idea what's going on. He actually gets to the point where, I mean, Darkin Rawl turns around and is like, hey, what's up, buddy? Look at all the awesomeness around us. And you would freak out. I would freak out.
Now, is this because there's dead bodies? There are dead bodies in the Garden of Life because of the Skreeling.
Because of the Skreeling, right? And also he smelled the dead bodies technically before he realized that he was looking at burned bodies. Yeah.
But I guess I just because I know that that's like a real time thing happening. Like there are dead bodies there, but I don't. I mean, I guess we'll find out in the future if this was a current thing that was happening or something that was like a future vision.
I think we know that Darkin Rawl is in the world of life.
Right.
So I think that was a real-time like video call from Darkin Rawl.
Okay, because the box is open. I guess that was my thing. I'm like, okay, I can't remember if Darkin Rawl had made it there or not yet, but I do know that the other two things in that vision are happening.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a ghosty, so who knows? He might just be able to blink his eyes and be wherever he wants to be.
Right.
That's a thing. But then at the same time, Richard is, spoiler, is touching his Han right now. He is hyper-focused and he is locked in on something. And I feel like that is what enabled Darkin Rawl to kind of attack him in this weird way. Like it was a vision. Maybe it wasn't actually Darkin Rawl doing something, but he turned around and looked at him.
Yeah.
So I think Darkin Rawl was at the very least aware.
Yeah. Somehow there was a connection there.
Yeah, and I mean, so that's why I feel like this happened in real time. This wasn't like a dream or, it was like a video call. He saw what was going on.
Skyped him.
Yeah, just a real quick magic Skype.
Well, Richard feels like it's all fake. He doesn't think any of it's real because that would really suck. So he's just like, nope, that's not happening right now. He thinks that was probably just a few minutes because he comes back out of the meditation thing. When that happens, he's like, oh, and he like reverts back to real life.
Yeah, he kind of like wakes up.
Yeah. But Verna tells him he's been under for like an hour.
Surprise. Yeah. Well, he looks up and the sun has moved. Now, it said it jumped up in the sky, and I mean, an hour, it's a difference, but it's not, like, massive.
He's a woods guide.
I think of the difference between... but think of the difference between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Essentially, that's what the sun will do in the sky. So if you lose an hour, it will be higher, but it won't be like, oh my gosh, glaring. If you're not paying attention, you might miss it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't disagree. I feel like the only person who would notice that much of a difference is people who notice that that kind of stuff.
Well, and I guess people in this time, whenever this book took place, because like they don't have watches that we know of. 15 degrees difference per hour. Absolutely. About that much.
Well, the more that Richard thinks about it, the less he thinks like it. What? The more Richard thinks about it, the less real it seems. It seems like a dream.